Hey everybody, welcome to the Mike and JD Show YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I want you to do me a big favor before you check out this clip. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to throw in a comment and make sure you're a subscriber to this channel. And then I want you to share this video with your friends. Help us defeat the algorithm. And then if you like this content and you appreciate this content, please head over to patreon.com/ the Mike and JD Show and support the show. That is how we actually get funded to be able to do this. So we thank you very much for being here. And now enjoy the clip.
Competition starting to get thick. It's the click, so I hope you watch your A game. Ain't made no rain.
And the first story I want to get into actually dropped after I had already talked to you this morning, JD. Big stuff happening in the world of WWE, Endeavor, TKO, Vince McMahon news. Let's start it off with some Vince McMahon talk. We have Brandon Thurston right here. So he didn't report this. This was actually, he's just talking about it, but that he is selling 8.4 million of his shares in TKO. That's about 30% of his roughly 28 million company shares that he holds. And then another report came out later that this was about worth $700 million. And the reason why I wanted to start this off is because like in September, you and I talked about this. We actually read a Variety article on the air talking about Vince McMahon positioning himself to get rid of a lot of his stock, and that process has started. Today, he sold 30% of his stock.
Vince Turner. He seemed to have found himself kind of cut out of his own company, right? But what I find interesting about this is not good for the TKO stock to have your largest shareholder dumping 30% of his stock. That's going to create an instability in the market. And what TKO has discovered is, while we're praising a lot of, we'll talk about the CW deal with NXT later, the market doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Market doesn't like it. Market didn't like the SmackDown deal either.
No, well, because the projections were much lower. Yeah, they got a huge increase, but the increase wasn't as big as they had all projected. And therefore, that's going to make the valuation go down because they were projecting it to be much higher.
And Dave was talking about this. Dave's been, people who, you always tell people who don't actually listen to Dave because they think Dave praises AEW and hates WWE, when it's quite the opposite. Dave's really hard on AEW and has done nothing but praise WWE for the past year and a half, right? Dave was very on a lot of these WWE moves, these TKO moves, I should say, lately, because they're going for the cash now. They're not thinking about what's best for wrestling. SmackDown's going to get significantly less ratings, significantly less viewers, I should say, on Fox or on USA coming to Fox, and moving to the CW is not. Dave is like, this is not good. It's not good. They're gonna. And now Brian Alvarez is convinced that everyone's going to follow NXT because he is an NXT true believer. But Dave's of the opinion, no, it's not good. You're on a network with less visibility. Like, you're on broadcast, but like, it's not like WWE has not been on the CW before.
Yeah, this is the old UPN.
This is the old UPN.
Yeah, and it's just under a new name. I get why everybody's excited about the deal because they lost Fox, which is on broadcast, so they go to the least watched broadcast network in the CW. But the visibility is about the same as USA, but they're getting more money. So you would think WWE would be happy about that. It's like, it's not really that big of a trade-off, and you're getting paid a little bit more. So we'll see how all that works out. But Brandon goes on to say the stock is unsurprisingly down in after-hours trading, just over $80 right now. But 8.4 million TKO shares have a market value of around $700 million. So that, and then he actually last month. Do you think we could play this Ari Emanuel clip right here, or we get in trouble for that?
Play it. No, play it. It's Ari Emanuel. Play it.
Okay.
A 40% increase, which was in line with expectation, was good. 2, the PFL situation. And 3, probably Vince in our deal wanted to be able to put at any point in time his stock. He's 78 years old. He's been working at this for decades and decades. So I think those 3 back-to-back issues. I think there's 3 things that happen.
So he was talking about the reasons why the stock went down, and they didn't get the increase that they were expecting with SmackDown. Saudi puts a bunch of money into PFL, which is a direct competitor to the UFC. Although PFL has done absolutely dick when it comes to like ratings. They're on ESPN2, which is a big channel. they're getting about the same ratings as Impact. There's been some episodes that got, you know, like close to 200,000, but they're usually hovering around below 100,000 and in between like 70,000 and 150,000 viewers on ESPN2 for live sports. And MMA at that. And they have some like decent name fighters there, but now they just got Saudi Arabia to pump a bunch of money into their company and to sign, you know, some of their big name fighters, but they still haven't done anything yet. So, but they're worried about that. And then of course, Vince, you know, the market saw this coming. We covered it back in September that the market saw Vince, you know, dumping his stock, and that's exactly what happened.
So, I mean, I get it. He's looking to cash out a little bit. Talk about ratings real quick. Talk about the PFL ratings. Do you know what the second highest rated non-sport show was on cable last week?
Would it be AEW?
That would be Dynamite and Raw #1. So
yeah.
Hey, that's the Ric Flair wolf.
Oh gosh, do I still have share screen on?
Yeah, you do.
Stop screen. Oh,
I was about to
DM Scotty. I was about to DM Scotty the link because
the greatest AI masterpiece I've ever seen. Ric Flair wolf. Now we have to put it in the show notes.
So I hope you brought your A game, A made no lanes on the track when we unite and spit